Yeah, we bring reviews of your house. Talk to our dudes of your house. I bring my views of your house. Wrestling truths of your house. We talk to you in your house. We keeps it cool in your house. We keeps it cool in your house. I'm spitting truths in your house. Yes, Mark's hating on his fans. Becky's niche on the man. Play with two like a lions. Household a dangerous alliance. I am a diamond like Cody, and I'm overcoming like Kobe. No, they cannot hold me. Come listen, I'm hosting, critiquing, I'm boasting. This wrestling I'm knowing.
My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're listening to the In Your House podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In Your House, starring Alakhan House and my boy, Michael Hutcherson. That's Mikey Hutch. This is the People's Podcast. Hey, you guys already know what it is. It's your boy Khan and my man Hutch. How's it going, bro?
Man, I couldn't be better, man. Couldn't be better. Doing fantastic. It's raining diamonds for me over here, homie. I'm not gonna lie. We've had what a run of shows we've had. Like, again, I'm not trying to brag, gloat, boast, but hey, again, a great man once said, if you're not going to put yourself over, who is? Thanks. So I'm going to go ahead and take a second and put you over, sir, and the amazing guests that you've had on here. More importantly, it's been fantastic to listen to as a fan. The interview with Barry Horowitz was awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Loved it. Man, how you doing?
Bro, I'm great, and I appreciate that, but bro, this has been a team effort, bro. This is our 50th episode. Our 50th episode of In Your House, and everything is blowing up bigger than what we could have imagined that it was going to become. And look where we're at now, 50 episodes, the names that we've got, the names that are coming. I mean, everything that we've built as a team, that this is that's telling us this is real. Like, it's just so crazy. It's been a hell of a ride, and the crazy thing about it is we're not even a year into this.
Right, man. And again, it's I can't find any words in any dialect to describe how I feel. I mean, humble, I guess you could say. I mean, and that's the honest truth, because I'm just a fan. I'm just some random dude from some podunk town northeast of Indianapolis. I don't even want to name drop it because the land itself is cursed, but that's another story for another potential podcast. We're not trying to talk about all that right now, but man, it's fantastic, because as a fan, if I feel like I hope that I've given back. Yeah, I do. And to the men and women who have listened to this around the world, like, you showed me something. If I could bring this up, I'm actually kind of concerned.
Why is that, bro?
I'm concerned, Con. I'm concerned for a member of the household.
What do you mean?
Well, you sent me I'll give you a little peek behind the curtain here. We were talking, hey, we got this going on. We got downloads here and there and all that. And we got downloads in multiple countries. Well, one of them kind of stood out to me. Yeah. One of them kind of stood out. It said, you sent me a message and said, we got a download in Korea. Immediately, I'm like, north or south? Then you sent me a screenshot.
Yep, I threw you that screenshot.
It was north.
Oh, no.
It was north. Somebody risked getting arrested
just to listen to this podcast.
Just to listen to our show.
We must be good, bro.
I don't mean any disrespect, and I know I'm a mark, and I hope I don't step on any toes by using the terminology, but I'm like, if somebody's willing to get arrested to download your show, are you over?
You gotta be over, bro. You gotta be over. I mean, I saw that and I was like, whoa, that's just, I mean, we've already added more to what we already had. It was 11 countries. Now it's 13.
It's unbelievable. And okay, and I mean, just to pump the brakes a little bit, I'm really not trying to brag or anything, but again, there was a download in Korea, and I really hope whoever that is okay. I really hope you enjoy the show. Like, hit us up on Facebook. Hope you're okay. Thanks for
Yeah.
listening. And,
And
continue to listen if you can.
right, but don't risk your safety though. But but
Right, right.
it's just this meteoric rise that we've had here at In Your House. And I
Yeah,
remember, bro, I mean, it was just a few years ago. We was working at the place that you work at, still, and I was there, and now I've
yeah,
moved on. But we were just talking like, man, we have some great wrestling conversations when you would come in at late, and I'd be getting ready to get off around 4. You know what I mean? You'd be coming in, and I'd be getting off in about an hour, and we just talk wrestling for that hour in between. That you were coming to work and I was getting ready to leave, and like we brought it up and we were saying like, man, we should do a podcast, and it was just kind of like said and like passing, just whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and we are doing it now, and it's turned into what it's turned into, and I'm like, wow, this escalated very quickly, bro.
yeah. Very, very. And in all seriousness, I hope you guys are listening. I hope the men and women who and that's like on the show or wants to possibly be on the show, the talent, the promoters, Jason, everybody. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much
Absolutely.
for taking the time and giving us a nod and giving us a chance.
Yeah.
And we're we're not going to let you down. I don't think we have yet, if I may say, but we're not going to, and we're going to continue to represent, professional wrestling the best way that we can to try to be that bridge between the talent and the fans. There's a lot of snarky fans out there, and damn it, if we could do our best and try to just change that a little bit, not try to
Yeah.
change people's opinions, just change their perspective on things. Let stuff breathe,
Yeah.
give things a chance. I'm looking
Yep.
at the Bray Wyatt thing, which we're going to get into,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, give things a chance, but again, thank you guys so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes,
And you
entertaining
bring
the people, the household.
yes, man. And you bring up a great point of just letting things breathe, and man, we live in a give it to me now society, immediate gratification, and when they, it's tough because when you play the long game these days, people just shit on it and give up on it so quickly. So that's what we do here, Michael. Like, we're trying to bridge the gap. It's relations. We're building a relationship between fans and talent, and we're right there in the middle trying to tell the fans, hey, give these guys a chance to tell their stories, do their things, but we're also telling the talent, hey, this is what the fans want to see.
Absolutely, absolutely, and also to try to give the lesson of it's okay to have a different opinion.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
like there's so much like judgment just because somebody feels one way or like I like this person, blah blah blah, whatever, and then they're going to try to hate on you because because you like something. It's silly. It's asinine. Again, we're beating a dead horse there. People are still
They're gonna do what they're gonna do, but that doesn't mean that we are not going to bring it up, and that doesn't mean that we're not gonna call you out because we've done it here on
yeah.
the show before. We haven't lost listeners; we've gained them. So,
Right. We see you, shithead Shane. We see
shithead,
you out there.
yeah, shithead Shane and Kenny Keyboard,
We see you out there typing. We see you.
typing
We
away.
hear you.
We can
Clickety
hear you.
clacking with Cheetos on the keyboard. Get out of here.
Come on, get that
Take a
Cheeto
seat,
dust off the
kid.
keyboard, guys. Come on, but but
Anyway,
man, it's crazy. These kids watching this wrestling on their keyboards. But man, speaking of kids,
I
we we
already
gotta
know where you're going.
we gotta speak about the wonderful a children's show, the Firefly Funhouse.
Wow.
What did I watch on my television, bro?
I was teleported to another world, man. And you know what? This is the way that I've described this because if you go back and listen to our previous episodes, if you feel free to go back and catch up if you haven't. We got 49 other ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I can't recall right off the top of my head what episode it was, but I talked about the Bray Wyatt thing. It was the first night that it occurred, I do believe, when it premiered. Anyway, that I said that I loved it. I loved it,
Yeah.
but people were taking it at face value.
Yep.
They were taking it at face value, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, 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 this is brilliant. There's layers to this. I've been saying it.
Yeah.
And if anything, what we saw this week,
Oh my gosh.
the layers of the onion are starting to fall off to reveal a very dark, rotten core.
Yes. Perfectly
And
said.
and I absolutely love it. I love it. It's everything. It's honestly surpassed my expectations.
Yeah.
And just there's just so I mean I could keep going. It was the highlight of everything that I've seen this week. I'm currently sitting watching SmackDown, and I mean it's been SmackDown. SmackDown's going to sit down and do what it does.
Yeah.
The Bray Wyatt thing was just nothing short of brilliant. What do you think? I mean,
it was disturbing.
Right.
It was. You said it last night when we were messaging. You said unsettling, and I was like, yeah, it was it was definitely like it gave me like a strange like creepypasta sort of vibe, and like it's like on this like if you take it for like you say face value or the surface, then you're like, okay, this is stupid. This is just some guy doing a kid show. But when you really just break that, listen to the things that he's saying, and that's the point. You got to listen to what he's saying.
Right.
And
oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's just definitely just makes your skin crawl. Like it's disturbing, but I couldn't stop watching. I was so into it.
Well, this is. I'll say this. A little bit about myself. I'm not sure if I mentioned it on here, but you know what? I'll do it on the 50th episode.
Yeah.
I have a child. I have a little one.
Yeah.
She's 3. I've since the day I brought her back, since I brought her home, I've had no problem having wrestling on TV. None. Now, she's not been influenced by it in any way, shape, or form, nor have I been afraid to show her anything as far as the content goes. No matter how terrible the booking may or may not be.
Yeah.
But I would not want her to see this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do not want her. I mean, and you guys may make your jokes or whatever. Again, it's all subjective.
No,
you guys be down and make your jokes, whatever. Shithead Shane, whatever. Go ahead, make your jokes. That's cool. But I'm serious because this is dark and like just an example is I'm going to break a certain part of this down.
Go ahead. Yeah, that's what we're here to do.
Exactly. When Mercy, revealed, when it was revealed what he had done, and Bray kind of fast forward a little bit. I'm sure we'll bounce back to other stuff.
Oh, we're going to. Yeah. Do what you do.
This right here, when Bray said, "Oh, well, you can do anything you want to express yourself.
Yeah.
You can paint a painting.
Yep.
Fly a kite.
Yep.
Rip the rabbit in half.
Rip him to shreds, bro." I was like, hold on, what?
Yeah, rip him to shreds. Meaning, it's okay to rip something to shreds to express yourself, kids.
Yes.
Like that's what that was.
Yeah.
And that, to me, like I'm getting chills right now saying it. That to me, I mean, again, that's how I interpreted it.
Yeah.
If I'm seeing it wrong, correct me. But that's what I saw. And that, to me, is unsettling.
Yes.
That, to me, is brilliant. If I have something that I'm like, yo, I don't know if I want my kid to watch that, they did exactly what they wanted to do with it.
Yes.
It worked.
It had a little bit of everything. I mean, I did like I'm watching like when I watched the Firefly Funhouse. This is the third episode that they've showed. So I'm sitting down and I'm like, okay, I'm watching I'm watching a quote unquote children's cartoon. But when the buzzard when Mercy said, "Mind your damn business, Abby. Why don't you go to sleep, you old hag?" I was like, oh man, this is getting
Mind
deep.
your damn business.
Mind your damn. I'm like,
Mind your damn. Well, he was pushing his bohemian ideologies and
oh
worldviews.
my god, we haven't even got to that, bro.
What?
When he said that, I
Oh.
was in tears.
Man, I popped. That's when I actually said, "What the fuck?" Like, and then I thought, I want to hear this conversation.
Between
I want to see the conversation between Rambling Rabbit and Mercy that led to this. I want to hear the rabbit try to push said ideologies onto Mercy and Mercy's response to it before he fucked his world up.
Bro, I'm sitting over here. I'm like, one of the first things I was thinking, I was like, bro, what are these ideologies that got you this hot? Like,
Right. What did he say that triggered you, bro?
what could he have possibly said?
You show no mercy, Mercy.
None at all. He was like, and he said he was tired of it, which means this is not the first time that this discussion has happened.
Oh no, this has happened multiple times. The rabbits come knocking on Mercy's door one too many times.
What was it that he was talking to him about? That, and he said it, and I was like, okay, this is.
He was on that bullshit. You know what I mean?
It was just wild and crazy, and I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I don't know where this is going, but I want to see where it goes. You know?
Oh, for sure. And I'm still not sure how well it's going to translate in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, for all I care, you know what? Keep it in the fun house. Let him have guests over.
That'd be cool.
You know, I mean, I just don't know how it's going to translate into the ring because I mean, I know why it can go. Obviously, I mean, he's former champion. He had a run.
Oh yeah,
Believe it or not, he had a run. Yeah. But yeah, but I'll say this: just off 3 segments, I like this incarnation of Bray Wyatt better than the other one, and the other one was great too, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah.
He needed a change, and man, it was a very jarring change in the beginning. But again, I don't mean to say I told you so, but go back and listen. I saw the brilliance from day one. When, with all due respect to you guys out there, a lot of y'all were hating it because, again, you guys were quick to hate. But what did I say? Give it time to breathe. Wait. And now I go on the threads and the stuff that we've shared on our In Your House Facebook page.
Yeah.
That's we're approaching 3,000 people, by the way, which love every single one of you. Even the shithead Shames out there, you still follow it, so we appreciate your contribution.
No doubt.
Excuse me. But yeah, a lot of you guys were hating on it in the beginning and, burying it because it's Mr. Rogers, it's Pee Wee Herman. Well, exactly. But it's dark. But you guys didn't see it. But now you guys are like, ooh, they need to give him a 20-minute episode on the network because I want to see more.
I'd watch it.
I told you guys, give stuff a chance first. Let it give you a reason to bury it before you do. Exactly. But we love you anyway.
Oh, most definitely, and we want you. I mean, what the thing about it is, I get it. I in a small way, bro, I get it because so many of these fans have been let down by WWE before, and then something like this happens. Like this wouldn't be the first time they derailed Bray Wyatt from pushing the envelope. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and I'm with you on that. And just to play, the other side, because again, I do my best to be Switzerland. I do my best to be as neutral as I possibly can because that's what we do here at In Your House.
No doubt.
Because again, when I say I love you guys, I do love you guys. But Yes, we have been burnt so many times. And to be honest with you, as much as I put this over, don't think that every time that little jingle comes up every week, that I'm not nervous,
Yeah,
that they're not just going to, that this is all going to fall apart. And
yeah,
it's just going to be just another, just another blown angle, and because it's happened. So
yeah.
again, I get it. I do understand.
And we hope that, and we really hope that things continue to go upward for the Firefly Funhouse, and that it could lead to Bray's in-ring debut, which hopefully we can keep that same momentum. Maybe he has a stable that goes with him. Who knows? But all I do know is that segment that we saw with Bray Wyatt and Mercy the Buzzard, and of course Abby the Witch.
The kids.
The kids at the end. Oh, we didn't even. Great. With the kids at the end, what was happening with that? Were they depressed? Were they bored? I can't call it, bro. What do you think?
Well, all I can say is that is when it got unsettling to me, because it wasn't just the fact that kids were there, because Bray Wyatt's done the kid, utilize, the kids with, like, I think it was the singing.
Yeah,
with,
the whole world in his hand. Yeah.
Yeah, which was great because it was creepy, because, you have like kids in like a creepy setting, like singing or like whatever, it works. It works. But this was different because again, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like those kids didn't want to be there.
Yeah, they did not want to be there. Yeah.
And just the subtle things, when Bray Wyatt put on the big like aviator-esque glasses, they kind of reminded me of I don't know if you've ever seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I haven't.
Hunter S. Thompson, like he had like those type of glasses. That's kind of what it reminded me of. I could be wrong, but that's just what popped in my head.
Yeah.
But and when he knelt down and he said the line, all you have to do is let me in. It's like he kind of said it a little bit more passive aggressive, like the way he was just kind of looking at the kids and all that, and the kids just had those blank stares, like they were just like, I don't know. I don't want to say they were quote unquote, of course, talking as a work.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like they were drugged or whatever, but like they were just gone.
Yeah.
And like here he is all like happy but yet angry at the same time. Like it was just weird and messed up.
Yeah.
And then when he hit the line and he's just kind of like staring kind of subtly angry in the camera, and he's like, bye.
Yeah, man. I'm like, whoa.
See you next week. It's great. I could talk about I've missed the whole podcast. You guys don't want to hear that. I mean, you guys get it. I love it. But again, there were so many parts of it that was so good. And again, if you don't think so, go back and rewatch it a few times. I'm not going to lie. I think I've watched it at least 7-8 times now. And I actually watched it.
It's like 5, yeah.
Right. And before we went on here, I watched it one more time because, again, I wanted it to be fresh in my mind to converse about it with you guys.
No doubt.
That again, is it as good as I thought it was, or was it just like shock?
Yeah.
No, to me personally, it was that good. It was brilliant. I
think it was good too. I loved it. It definitely pushed the envelope that there's a lot of different ways that your mind can take you from what you took from this. Like, there's definitely some unsettling things that was seen and done in that segment that could make people's mind wander, because it was all nuanced in. Nothing was thrown in your face. It was there, but you had to find it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You have to look for it, because that's the beauty of this. It's not in your face.
Yeah.
Like, you have to look for it, the subtleties, the nuances, the nods. They're subtle things. I'm telling you guys, if you're not seeing it, if you're not vibing on what I'm saying at least a little bit, take the time, because again, the segment's only 2 minutes?
Yeah, it's like 2-3 minutes. Yeah,
it's not a lot. It's just enough, and go back and watch it and look for some of the things that we're bringing up here. Look at it from a dark perspective, and again, like, they had that weird video edit when Bray said, rip him in half, and they did that weird where they showed his hand where the glove said hurt and heal. I do believe.
Yes, hurt and heal.
that right there, come on, man, that's good. It was just like, what the hell was that? Okay. And just here's another example. When the wife came by,
Yeah.
I told her, I was like, you have to see something. I have to show you something. And she watches casually, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Maybe during the big events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, you have to see this, because she knows I'm a Bray Wyatt guy. Like I always have been. Got a lot of investment. Again, that's another story. But I told her, I was like, you have to see this. And I didn't say anything. All I said was, this is awesome. That, in my opinion, this is awesome. Watch. As soon as it was over, she was like, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
She was like, that was really messed up. And I was like, right? And then we got to talking about it. And yeah, and she ended up being a fan of it too. She thought it was great. So coming from a casual fan,
It tells you everything that you need to know about this segment, bro. That a casual fan, and even I let my wife see it, and she was like, "Yeah, that was kind of eerie," and it definitely was, and it's something that you notice. It's colorful. It jumps off the screen when you walk by it. People are gonna ask, "What are you watching?" And it's like, if your kid is watching this and you ask them, what are you watching? Oh, I'm watching professional wrestling. Like, that's type of thing that they could be like, yeah, turn that off. Yeah. You know what I mean, bro?
Exactly. And oh, for sure, man, for sure. Like my kid ain't watching it again. Like I'm not letting my little one watch it. However, I think I've said this, that there's times in wrestling where if you had something on and one of your non-wrestling fan friends came by and they saw what you were watching, it might be kind of hard to explain it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If somebody walked in and I was watching that, I'd be like, you need to sit and watch this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure they're going to be like, what, why? Why do I need to watch this chubby Mr. Rogers looking cat? This Pee-wee's Playhouse stuff. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, no, just shush, and watch.
Just watch.
Take 3 minutes and just watch. And I'm willing to bet they're going to go, damn, that was actually really good. Because just to give you a little bit more perspective, and I hope for any talent that's listening out there that this kind of gives perspective, again, from a casual fan. I kind of watched my wife's reactions as played out from beginning to end, because like she saw the little jingle thing and she was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, just watch. And then as it was playing out, as it progressed, and then when it gave me an ideology line, and she's just standing there and her mouth is just getting to be more agape.
Yeah.
Just kind of going like, what is this? And then the kids popped up. She goes, why is there kids there? What's wrong with them?
What was that? That's the thing. Like, and this is the questions that a casual fan would ask. Yes, go ahead.
Right, and she's like, why are the kids there? And then that's when she was just like, that's really fucked up. And just to see her reaction, it was it was cool to watch it, because as a wrestling fan, I actually watch something work for a casual fan who really doesn't watch very much.
Right, and that's kind of few and far between these days, Right,
because I feel like that's kind of the goal, right? Because we're going to watch every week.
Yeah.
Like I got SmackDown on right now. We're sitting here. I got SmackDown on right now, and because we got looks like AJ and Sammy kind of doing their thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, we're going to be here. It's the casual fans that they need to pull back in, and that got her attention.
Yeah.
So, and if you ask me, people was like, oh, I want PG-13 back. This is one of the most PG-13-esque things they've done in a long time.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man, and hopefully we can see more in the future coming from Bray Wyatt and the Firefly Funhouse. Yep. And it's been great. It's been fantastic. So definitely. But speaking of futures, I want to talk about the next thing I want to talk about before we go ahead and call this an episode. Is I want to talk about the future of the Revival.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Future.
so yeah.
It's rough. I don't even know what to say. Let me say this. As far as the talent goes, they did everything they could
Yeah.
to make that as entertaining as they could.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sweet baby Jesus, what the hell was that?
Bro, it was bad, and and you said it yourself. There was quality talent involved in this thing. I mean, you had the Usos, who's one of the best tag teams in probably like the last 10 years, and then of course you have the Revival, who, well, I mean, we're just an incredible, incredible tag team in NXT. I mean, just absolutely incredible. And to see that with the Usi hot, icy hot, Usi hot, and then to see the way those guys had to sell that, bro, like, I'm not blaming the talent for this at all. It's
No,
just that was embarrassing and just completely unnecessary, and I don't think that I'm the type of guy to. I don't go too far in one direction. I'm like you, man. I try to stay centered, as you say, Switzerland, and I try to stay there. I try to stay centered. But, bro, from what I've seen all year long, so far that has to be worst segment of the year, in my opinion.
it hurt to watch. I'm not gonna lie. And you know what? If there's people out there, casual fans that found it funny, okay, all right, good, good. I honestly am glad you were entertained by it. I'm not going to make fun of anybody. If you like that segment,
Yeah,
feel free to comment. I can't be held responsible or accountable for what the other randoms may say, but I'm not going to hate on you if you liked it. You know what I mean?
right.
But
And I want to hear why you liked it. I actually want to hear what you liked about it, to be honest. And I'm not being funny. I actually want to hear what you liked about it.
well, again, I mean, as far as what I liked about it, there really wasn't much to like about it as far as what they were given. But the effort that was, because damn it, they really tried as far as like they're scooting their asses on the mat. I mean, think about it. These guys are out there. They have to do this in front of all these people and millions. Well, under 2 million, most likely. Ouch. But a lot of people, still a lot of people watching. They have to go out and do it, and look how animated at least that they were. I know I'm really trying to make how do you
Grasping at
say, chick
straws a little
salad
bit.
up. Yeah, I really am. I'm trying to find something redeeming, but again, it's the effort of the talent, and I'm talking about more so of the Revival.
Yeah.
Because put yourself in that spot. Before you go like shit and all. If anybody who's all like gonna hate on the Revival themselves, if that you're that fan
Yeah.
that just got to just hate on the talent, put yourself in their spot, getting told that this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to go out there and do this.
Yep.
And not only got to do it, pal, you got to make it good. Don't be playing around out there. I want you to scoot your ass on the ground, pal. God damn it. I can't imagine being in that spot
No.
to go out and then you have to go out and do it. And just, they did it.
And plus the fact that, I mean, I think by now we both know that, and I think a lot of people know that the Revival don't want to be there anymore, bro.
No, they don't. And I don't want to make accusations here because, again, I said it before and I'll say it again. I'll wear a T-shirt that says it. I don't give a damn. I'm a mark. I know nothing about the locker room, what goes on backstage, other than what you may have heard, and that's all speculation. I can't judge unless I've been there, and I'm most likely not going to be backstage in WWE anytime soon. But I've heard that there's been some pettiness that's happened before, and was that at play here? Because they won out.
I
Is Vince like fuck the Revival? Fuck the Revival, pal.
I think, man. Okay, let me break it down like this. In my opinion, the Revival won out. We all know that. From what we understand, and once again, as Michael said, and said it perfectly. This is all speculation. Me and Michael don't know anything. We are just fans. We give you our thoughts from a fan's perspective. We get all the information that we know, either from dirt sheets or from the talent that we interview. And if the talent that we interview tell us something, I mean, we have to respect the business, and we're not going to say anything. So we can only go off of the dirt sheets here. And I mean, from what I've seen, they offered them a contract, and the Revival declined it. The Revival did not want to extend. The Revival's contract ends next year. So basically what I'm saying is, cats and kittens, is it's not it's not good business for WWE to send these guys out the door looking like stars. You know what I mean? Vince is going to ruin them before he lets them out the door, so they have no market value by the time they leave. They pretty much did the same thing with Dean Ambrose when he was jobbing out on his way out the door. Sorry to use the terms to the people in the business that listen to me, but that's what he was doing. He was jobbing out. And then they ended up giving him a decent leave, but everything that he did was really off the air. You know what I mean, Michael?
Yeah, it really was. Even though he did get that little special thing on the network or something, right?
He definitely got that. He definitely got that special, and I mean, but it wasn't hugely advertised. I mean, yeah, they talked about it, but I mean, I didn't watch it, and it was, I'm a huge Shield fan, but I was kind of shielded out, and it just wasn't a big deal to me because it seemed like, oh, this is their last match. Oh, now this is their last match. Now this is their last match. The point that I'm trying to get to is that they didn't send out Dean out the door looking like a megastar. And why would they do that with the Revival? Because they know what the Revival want to do. The Revival are more than likely possibly going to go to AEW. I think that's top of the list. I mean, they got a whole little thing with Cody and the Young Bucks with the FTR thing, the Fuck the Revival thing. I mean, I'd like to see that match, and I think that they can make some money in AEW, but Vince is a promoter, and Vince likes to monopolize the business. He's not sending these guys out looking like stars. I'm sorry, but he's not. So expect the stuff that you saw Monday night. If you're not a fan of it, like myself and Michael was not a fan of it, you're going to see a lot more of that stuff happening to the Revival as the days go on, and then eventually they'll be off the show. And you won't see them on Monday Night Raw or Tuesday Night SmackDown, and then we'll get the report, oh, well, the Revival's contract expired. And he's cooling these guys off as much as possible before he lets them go.
And that's absolute fact in my humble opinion. Again, I know nothing about nothing. It just seems like the writing's on the wall, so to speak. And yeah, as Khan said here, cats and kittens, to hack your line. He's right. It's only the beginning, and I hate to say it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they kind of do a 180 here, and it would actually be, what would actually be kind of cool?
What's that?
If they kind of try to do like oh man, again, I hate using the terminology, but I really don't know how to get my point across without using it.
Yeah.
But kind of a like a real-esque work shoot thing.
Yeah.
Where they're like, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like go into business for themselves type of thing. I'm not really I'm not sure if they can make it work.
Yeah.
But just like, you know what, I'm not going to do this. Again, this will never happen. It's just something that pops in my head, but I think it would be something to be kind of cool. And I think just because they did at one point in time kind of portray the no nonsense, no BS attitude, that maybe they could pull this off. But
ooh, I think I see where you're going with this, Michael. Can I expand on it a little bit?
By all means, go ahead. Yeah, if you can convey it, kind of put your own little spin on it, by all means, go for it.
So basically, like, it almost be like the more I'm hearing it, the more it's growing in my brain and the more I like it. So just roll with me here, okay? And you guys at home are listening, wherever you're at, roll with me here because now we're doing a theory here. We're having fun. We're freestyling. Join us.
Yeah, spitballing.
Yeah, we're just spitballing, having fun. So like, what if the script was for them to go out and do some more silly shit? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, itching powder or something stupid. I'm just going off the top of my head here, bro. And
Right.
And like they go out there and they're like they start to do like the little itch thing or whatever, and then they just stop. And this would be part of the story. So run with me, guys, because what I'm about to say is part of the story. And then they'd stop. They would just suddenly stop. And then they would like come over and like hey, give me a mic. And they like snatch the mic out of the announcer, whoever's hand, and say, you know what? We're not doing this anymore. We're not going to do what you guys are telling us to do back there behind that curtain. You guys are wanting to kill us. You guys are wanting to bury us. Well, guess what? We're not going to play your games anymore. We are the Revival. We're one of the best tag teams in this entire WWE. We're not gonna do this anymore. We are serious competitors. We are a serious tag team, and you guys are disrespecting tag team wrestling by scripting us to do these silly things every single week. We're done. Flip the microphone. Walk out. No music.
There you go. No nonsense. No flips, no fists, no itching powder, no bullshit.
None of that.
Not putting up with nothing. And at least, and you know what? That would at least get people talking, and it'd probably get people backing them a little bit, going, "You damn right." You know what I mean? Like, the hell with that. And at the very least, it's probably gonna make people tune in next week and be like, "Ooh, are we gonna get a follow up on that?" And you would, because again, it's part of the story. You know, put them out there with Vince, have them go off on Vince, and Vince go off back. Have that stuff that some of the stuff that might happen backstage a little bit. Bring it out there.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. I love that. I love that, bro. Just the dirt sheet updates the week like the week after that Monday Night Raw where they would do that promo. Just all the dirt sheet updates that you would see through the week on Facebook and Twitter and everything would just be money. I'd follow that every single day just to see, what's happening. Are they going to fire them? Are they going to let them back on Raw? Are they going to just keep them off of TV? Like honestly, what I would do is if I was writing the story after they did that, I'd keep them off TV for a couple of weeks and then have them pop up out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, and like have him at you could do it kind of make a viral thing out of it. Like, don't even have them like pop up like on Raw or anything. Have them pop up at, say, another fan's autograph signing at a car lot.
Oh, that's
that local stuff that they do, right?
Yeah.
Like here's I don't know, Becky Two Belts is there at JD Byrider signing autographs for people.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, here comes the Revival. You know, flipping tables and all this stuff, talking about, jokes on you guys now, and, cutting promos and doing all, just getting hot at everybody, just going off on everybody, going off on like the officials, going off on Becky, going off on just whoever gets in their path. Right?
Yeah.
You can do it on, anything, you can do like have them pop up on backstage interviews on Raw and SmackDown as well. Yeah. But just like random stuff like that, like fan events, they could set stuff like that up. Like, just have some sort of like, WWE's going to be here. We're doing a cookout thing or whatever. So gather a whole bunch of fans there and all that just to have the Revival come there and ruin the party, so to speak.
Yep.
Get them buzzing like they're just ruining everything. Ruining like
everything. And if we're going there, like what we're saying, this is purely, I guess you would call quote unquote fan fiction. But if we're going there, like if I was if I was Dash and Dawson, and once again, you got to roll with this, guys. We know that this stuff wouldn't happen. So please understand, we're just freestyling and having fun. But it'd be crazy, like Dash and Dawson's on their Twitter. They're taking pictures and they're in Jacksonville.
Yes. Oh man, that would be awesome. That would be good. That's good stuff.
So
like that.
Good. That'd be so good, bro.
Because if you're going to sell for them, why not?
Yeah. Yep. Why not, bro? Why? I mean, if you're already selling for them, they did it. They've been doing it for weeks now. We know it. They know it. Everybody knows it. It's not a secret anymore, bro.
Not at all. Not at all. And again, yeah, I like that idea. Actually, I think that's pretty awesome.
That'd be so awesome, bro. That'd be so awesome. And how crazy would that be? I mean, how crazy would that be if something like that happened in today's landscape of professional wrestling? But you know what, man? I don't know what's gonna happen. I do not know. But all I know is one thing is for sure in wrestling, that I've, over my lifetime of watching professional wrestling, one thing has always held true in every single decade that I've watched wrestling, and that's this: nothing's impossible in professional wrestling. Nothing
Preaching
is
the gospel.
impossible.
Preaching the gospel. Nothing is impossible, and you never say never.
Never, ever say never. And that's why this is great, guys. That's why this thing that we love, this thing that we watch, that I've watched my entire life, that Michael's watched his entire life, that I'm sure all of you, if you guys are listening to a professional wrestling podcast, I'm willing to wager that you've watched it your entire life. Whether you're 14 or you're 44, you've watched it and you love it. And that's the common thing between all us wrestling fans, is because we keep coming back for more. Even in the WWE, where we've been punished and bruised and hurt so many times, we keep coming back for more. And that commonality of that is because you never say never. Anything could happen any given night. You never know. And that's the one small glimmer of hope that keeps us watching every single week. And I think it's about to ramp up, Michael.
Absolutely. You've said it before. To quote a great podcaster I know, there's a wrestling renaissance that's going to happen, and we're in the midst of it right now. And all I can say is, I hope, again, going back to this show that we're doing, this humble little podcast, that we can contribute to that a little bit and be a part of that. And and continue to ride this momentous wave, into 2019, in the future and beyond, together, and just enjoy this great art, this great sport of professional wrestling. And I can't wait for this Double or Nothing show. It's going to be fantastic. As I said, I think this AEW thing is going to be great, and it's been a great run thus far, and I'm looking forward to seeing where everything goes. It's going to be fantastic.
Absolutely. And of course, my man Michael was talking about AEW's pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, May 25th at MGM Grand in Las Vegas. It's definitely going to be a great show, absolutely. And it's going to be a great show here at In Your House, too. Shortly after Double or Nothing goes off the air, we will be having the In Your House Double or Nothing live reaction show, where me and Michael will be reacting to everything that we saw from this great show, and we're super excited to give it to you. We're also super excited to give you prizes during this that you can get if you listen to the podcast. Of course, there is a post that you like. React however you want. Doesn't have to be like, but just react to it. Share it, and of course, let us know that you have done said things, and you will enter yourself into a raffle to get one of 3 Funko Pop figures. Those 3 Funko Pop figures are the American Nightmare Cody, Kenny Omega, and the Jackson Brothers, the Young Bucks, and a 2-pack. Definitely, it's going to be a great night of wrestling, and definitely, I feel in my heart and in my gut that the start of something super special that is going to give us some great wrestling to watch in late 2019 and beyond. Michael, this was a great episode, bro. You already know what time it is. Plug away.
Absolutely, I will. You guys can catch me on the Twitter at Hutch IYH. Yep, that's right, Mikey Hutch IYH. Give me a follow. Let me know what you did, and we can chop it up about video games. Of course, wrestling, video games, and anything else you want to talk about. And again, thank you guys very much for listening and subscribing to us. and looking forward to continuing to crank out amazing content. Be ready for more awesome guests on this show, and thank you for joining us on this ride on the In Your House podcast, and stay tuned because you're going to love where we're going.
Absolutely,
Take care.
man. Absolutely. And you are definitely going to love where we're going, guys. But as for this episode, we are done. This was our 50th episode, you guys. So most definitely so glad that you guys have joined us. We're listened to in 13 countries. This is insane. We're listened to across the United States. And of course, home sweet home right here locally across Indiana, which is incredible. Guys, let me let you know where you can hear us at. We're at Apple Podcasts, we're at Spotify, we're at Stitcher, we're at Spreaker, we are at iHeartRadio. Where else are we at? We're at Himalaya. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you. Guys, this is amazing. Get ready. Of course, myself and the team are going to be at Evolve 128 in Indianapolis, Indiana this Saturday. So come hang out with us. If you see us, come talk to us. We'll definitely hang out with you, no doubt. Pictures, whatever you want to do. Hey, we're on Twitter at In Your House, Instagram at In Your House. The Facebook page is growing. Guys, get on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household is going strong. Have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.